Space is not just a vast emptiness, it is a finely tuned celestial dance. For 4.5 billion years, our solar system has been a sanctuary of stability. The planets move in predictable paths, bathed in the consistent warmth of the sun. But we often forget that our neighborhood is floating through a galactic wilderness. Deep in the dark, silent voids between the stars, there are invisible monsters. Astronomers call them rogue black holes. These are collapsed stars that were kicked out of their original homes, now drifting aimlessly through the Milky Way at tens of thousands of miles per hour. They don't emit light, they don't reflect it, and they don't give any warning. What if one of these silent killers was heading straight for us? How would the laws of physics turn against us before we even saw the shadow of our destroyer? The approach of a black hole wouldn't be a sudden explosion. It would be a slow, agonizing realization. Long before it reaches the planets, its presence would be felt in the Oort cloud, the massive shell of icy debris that surrounds our solar system. Normally, these trillions of icy rocks stay in their frozen orbits. But as the black hole's gravity begins to pull on them, the balance is shattered. Suddenly, thousands of comets would be dislodged and sent screaming toward the inner solar system. On Earth, we would see a sky filled with a spectacular, terrifying display of falling stars. At first, it might look like a cosmic miracle, but scientists would soon realize the horrifying truth. Something massive, something invisible, is pushing everything in its path toward us. The gravitational lensing would begin to distort the background stars, making the night sky look like it's melting or warping behind a giant, invisible magnifying glass. As the black hole enters the realm of the planets, the real chaos begins. The first major casualties would be the gas giants. Consider Saturn, the jewel of our solar system. Its iconic rings, made of trillions of tiny ice particles, are held in a delicate balance. The black hole's tidal forces would be so strong that they would literally strip the rings away, creating a glowing, swirling vortex of debris as the ice is accelerated to incredible speeds. Then comes Jupiter, the king of the planets. Even with its massive size, Jupiter would be no match. The black hole's gravity would engage in a violent tug-of-war with the Sun. Jupiter's orbit would be warped into a wild, chaotic shape, causing its moons to crash into each other or be flung into deep space. The Great Red Spot would be torn apart by atmospheric tides unlike anything the planet has experienced in billions of years. For Earth, the nightmare becomes reality. The biggest danger isn't necessarily being swallowed whole, but the loss of our orbital stability. As the black hole passes by, it could kick Earth out of the Goldilocks zone. If we are pushed away from the sun, we become a rogue planet. Within days, the surface temperature would drop to hundreds of degrees below zero. The oceans would freeze from the top down, and eventually, the very air we breathe would turn into liquid and fall as nitrogen snow. Humanity would have to flee into deep underground bunkers, powered by geothermal energy, as the surface becomes a tomb. On the other hand, if the black hole pulls us closer to the sun, our atmosphere would be stripped away by solar radiation. The crust would crack under the gravitational pressure, triggering global volcanic eruptions and tsunamis that would dwarf any mountain. The Earth would be stretched and squeezed until its very shape becomes an oval, ending all life in a matter of weeks. In the end, the black hole doesn't stay. It is a wanderer. It finishes its meal, scatters the remaining planets like billiard balls, and continues its lonely journey through the galaxy. The sun might remain, but it would be a lonely star, stripped of its family, surrounded by a cloud of dust that used to be worlds like ours. We look at the stars every night and see a calm, eternal theater. But science tells us that the universe is a dynamic and sometimes violent place. While there are no rogue black holes currently detected on a collision course with Earth, their existence reminds us how precious and fragile our stable little corner of the universe truly is. We are passengers on a tiny blue marble, protected by the vastness of space, hoping that the silent giants of the dark continue to pass us by. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the dark. If you want to explore more cosmic mysteries, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Until next time, keep looking at the stars.